Every year, thousands of graduates from the Manchester Metropolitan University receive their awards at ceremonies in Manchester's landmark Bridgewater Hall. At this important and memorable time, the university is pleased and proud to welcome them along with their friends and families and to congratulate them on their achievements. Manchester Metropolitan University is one of the largest and most popular universities in the United Kingdom, with 38,000 students on over 1,000 courses and qualifications including foundation, undergraduate and postgraduate degrees, research for masters and PhDs, and professional development courses. Our origins date back to 1824, but our focus is firmly on the future. A 10-year £350 million investment programme is now in its final stages, providing state-of-the-art environmentally sustainable buildings and facilities to create some of the best teaching and learning spaces in the United Kingdom. At Manchester Metropolitan University, employability is at the heart of what we do, and our courses are developed in partnership with employers to be professionally relevant in today's job market. More than 70 professional associations recognise the quality and practical focus of our courses. And this is why 90% of our graduates go straight into work or into further study within 6 months of graduation. Our students follow in the footsteps of graduates before them who have gone on to become leaders in business and world-class professionals in their fields. Our staff are committed to sharing their passion for their subject and giving our students the best possible learning experience. They are at the forefront of their fields and come from a wide range of professional backgrounds and expertise, from research academics who advise the United Nations on climate change to education specialists who have influenced the shape of primary education. We have internationally renowned researchers in the fields of sciences, arts, humanities and education, and some of the country's best writers, including the Poet Laureate Carol Ann Duffy. Our staff endeavour to motivate and support our students throughout their academic development to graduation and beyond. Manchester Metropolitan University has a strong research profile, and we pride ourselves on conducting world-class relevant research which informs course development and shapes and influences business, professional practice, and influences policy making across the globe. The university is research-rich, with many of its research subject areas rated as world-leading or internationally excellent. Graduating from Manchester Metropolitan University is the start of the next chapter of your life with us. It is a time of new beginnings for you, and also your chance to become part of a global alliance of graduates in our Alumni Association. Our alumni community is vast and includes many who are highly respected in their field, or indeed famous, and we want you to continue to be part of it. For many students, these award ceremonies mark a change in their life, from the stimulating life of university to the pressures and challenges of developing a career. With world-class facilities and dedicated professional staff, we aim to ensure our students graduate ready for the workplace. And we wish all our students every success for the future and hope you keep in touch.
Please be seated. On behalf of the staff of Manchester Metropolitan University, I am pleased to extend a very warm welcome to you all on this very special day in the life of the university. Today we celebrate the achievements of our students who have successfully completed their studies at the Institute of Education. Today is a day of transition. To all of our graduates, it is a day not only for looking back, but also for looking forward. This ceremony marks the point of recognition. The pomp and rituals symbolise the traditions in which it is rooted. I declare this congregation open and call on Pauline Mallison to present Sir Rod Aldridge, OBE.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present Sir Rod Aldridge. Sir Rod Aldridge is the founder and former executive chairman of the Capita Group, a British company specialising in business process outsourcing until his retirement in July 2006. During his tenure, he led the group from its formation in 1984 within the Chartered Institute of Public Finance and Accountancy to become the market leader in the provision of support and professional services to the government and private sector in the UK, and it is now a FTSE 100 company. Prior to Capita, Sir Rod worked in local government for 10 years with East Sussex County Council, Brighton Borough Council, Crawley District Group, and West Sussex County Council, where he qualified as a chartered public accountant. He joined the Chartered Institute of Public Finance and Accountancy in 1974, ultimately becoming its technical director. In July 2006, Sir Rod established the Aldridge Foundation to continue with his work on public service reform and to focus on his charitable activities involving educational underachievement and social exclusion. The foundation encourages young people to create their own social change using an entrepreneurial mindset, and it is the sponsor of 3 academies in Darwen, Brighton and Port Slade, with Portland Academy due to open in September 2012 and Kensington in 2014. Sir Rod is deeply committed to entrepreneurship and passionate in his commitment to equality of opportunity and access for all. He believes that everyone is entitled to have a good education, and a good education gives people skills and qualifications, and it instills confidence along with preparing young people for the challenges of life. Everyone has the right to expect an exciting, engaging and relevant education, regardless of who they are or where they live. As a result, the Foundation sponsors non-selective academies in areas of long-term deprivation or underachievement. The academies have a lead specialism of entrepreneurship and are key to supporting social change and community regeneration. The academies give people opportunities they would otherwise not have had. The Foundation is also acting as a cluster coordinator for a 3-year partnership with schools in Zambia and Tanzania through the British Council's Connecting Classrooms programme. As well as leading the Aldridge Foundation, Sir Rod is a patron and former trustee of the Prince's Trust and was the chairman of the Confederation of British Industries Public Services Strategy Board at its inception in 2003 through to July 2006. He is a former non-executive director on the Ministerial Advisory Board of the Foreign and Commonwealth Office Services. In 2006, he was elected Fellow of the Royal Society of Arts. He is also chair of V, a charity aiming to increase the involvement of 16 to 25-year-olds in volunteering and community action. He is chairman of the Lowry, a theatre and arts venue in Salford, and a board member of the National Endowment for Science, Technology and the Arts Lab, aimed to transform the UK's capacity for innovation. In 2009, he took up a role as chair of the Department of Health Dance Champions Group, aiming to encourage 100,000 more adults to take up dance as a form of physical activity, with members such as Arlene Phillips and Lisa Snowdon. He is a regular keynote speaker at events on public services, the academy system, and social entrepreneurship. Sir Rod was appointed Officer of the Order of the British Empire in the 1994 New Year Honours for services to the computer industry, and he was given the Freedom of the City of London in 1996. He is on the court of the Worshipful Company of Information Technologists. Earlier this year, he was knighted for services to young people. In recognition of his distinguished achievements in the field of business and his outstanding commitment to supporting young people, Chancellor, I present Sir Rod Aldridge for the award of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, and graduates, it gives me great pleasure to accept this award today. It is a tremendous honour that you bestow on me, and I thank you for allowing me to be part of your celebrations on this very special day in your lives. One of the measures I've always set myself in life is to have something called optionality. It's a choice about what you want to do and where you want to go. It's interesting that few people have that choice, particularly in their working lives. Well, today you really have optionality in front of you. Anything that you wish to do or want to be part of is possible. And I encourage you to seize that opportunity and to go out into the world with the intention of making a real difference. What you're about to do in the service of education and working with young people, there is nothing better that you could do with your lives. And as I understand it, many of you are working in the primary school sector, which frankly is where the true work has to begin if we're going to change what we have at the moment. I too now have optionality in my life, but I can remember the times when I didn't. I recall the effects of poor education that I received as a lad when I was growing up in Brighton. Failure to pass the 11 plus categorised me as a low achiever, and it condemned me to receive a substandard form of education which designed more to make me exist rather than to develop me as a person equipped to play a real contribution in society. That may well be an unfair way of putting it, but it was the way I felt inside. I left at 16 with a handful of GCSEs, but I was massively determined to prove the system wrong. I had very few options with my career, but luckily I found local government, and it gave me a chance for me to develop as a person, along with the opportunity to train as an accountant. It was effectively my apprenticeship. And at the age of 35, and more by chance, I may add, I found that I had a particular talent which was going to change my life. With my career in the public sector virtually going nowhere, I'd applied for over 30 posts and been unsuccessful. I was given the chance to start a company, I became an entrepreneur, ironically selling services to the public sector, a sector I spent over 20 years working in and therefore knew very well. Although I'd never worked in the private sector and had no business experience, I found the freedom of running a company where I had some ownership in it was the challenge that I always wanted. I was good at putting teams together and working with people to develop them, and I had bags of determination to be successful. And even when forced by the bank to put my house on line to finance my stake in the company, I decided to go for it, because no bank was going to take my house away from me. The rest, they say, is history. Over the next 22 years, I built a company. When I retired from it, employed 30,000 people. It became a FTSE 100 company, and we provided services to over 33 million people in the country. The fact is that without the success of Capita, I would have had no option or no opportunity to pursue the passion which is in me about trying to change the lot of young people and the education that they receive. I believe a good education is everything, and it is the right of every child. It's not about where you come from or about your background. It is about fulfilling the dreams that you have and where you want to go to and what you want to achieve in life. There should be no artificial barriers that are placed in front of you of achieving this. But sadly, poor education is one of the barriers that does come down and closes off many opportunities that people dream about achieving. So with my foundation, I decided to work with young people in areas of the country where education underachievement was rife. But we believed that we could change things, partly through making the Academy a part of the community regeneration. As you heard, the foundation now sponsors 5 academies, 2 in Brighton, interestingly, where I was born, and another on the Isle of Portland, where we have an all-through responsibility starting from nursery right through to the 6th form. The closest and the first one to be open was in Darwin. All these areas have long-term unemployment issues where many had little aspiration to change. They simply believed that this was the life they were meant to have, and there was nothing else that was there. This work has massively opened my eyes, and I need you to help me to change a lot of this. There are major social problems in this country, mainly due to the breakdown of the family unit. Would you be surprised to know that a 12-year-old who came to the Brighton Academy didn't know that there was a seaside? A student, when asked to bring a book into the school, most read at home, brought in an Argus catalogue. And a student, when asked what was the book that she would most like in life, she said a benefit book, because that is what I see the most joy that my mother receives. This is what we have got to change. And in Darwin, the predecessor school had had 5 head teachers in 5 years. It had appalling accommodation to learn in. It was in special measures and had no 6th form. Only 22% of students achieved 5 to A C grades in English, including English and maths. Numeracy and literacy is a massive issue in this country, and we must address it. Can you imagine that a child can go to school for 11 years from the age of 5 and still be unable to achieve a C grade at maths and English? A pass that involves something like 35 to 40% to satisfy the examiner. What future do they have if they don't have these basics? And it's for us to change that, to give them the life and the opportunity which they all deserve. We introduced entrepreneurship as a specialism. We integrated it into the curriculum. We encouraged students to apply the attributes of an entrepreneur, the same attributes which I applied to my business. Work as a team, take risks, have a work ethic, but be determined, passionate about what you do, and above all, never accept failure. We have found that this has opened students' mind to learning. And today in Darwin, we have an exceptional principal. And this summer, we are confident that 60% will pass 5 A to C grades, including English and maths, which is a tremendous tribute to the team there. We have a thriving 6th form, and 63 students have applied to go to university. That's amazing. They are the first, in many cases, to go from their families. The town has changed too, because this academy has become a central point for regeneration of the area. And it's not just residents and parents, it's all that are committed to achieving what we have set out. I think the foundation will prove to be my life's work and not my business career. But without my business career, I couldn't have achieved the opportunity that I now have to pursue the passion that I've got to make a real difference. And to conclude, and just to demonstrate how life moves around, one of the schools in Brighton that I now have responsibility for is Portslade, the very school that I attended as a boy. It is still not achieving its potential, but I now have the chance to put that right, and I intend to do so, because I know now how to do it and have the passion and the belief that I can. Vice-Chancellor and Chancellor, I've always wanted to go to university. I never made any secret of that. I'd like to thank you for getting me as close to going to university and feeling a part of your ceremony this afternoon. It means a great deal to me. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the University, I thank Sir Rod Aldridge, OBE, for accepting our award and for addressing the congregation. Thank you, Rod. And now I call upon the Dean to give his address. Thank you.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, honorands, guests and graduands, it's a great pleasure to address you today, particularly the graduands who I know have been through a great deal to succeed in these demanding and intensive courses. Now, please do remember, teachers, if you hear a bell ring, it's a signal for me, not you. You're absolutely among the heroes of our society, as you've already committed to serving and developing others in your chosen fields. And we all thank you very much for that. The Institute of Education, recently retitled the Faculty of Education, is one of the largest such faculties in the world. We exemplify MMU as the university for world-class professionals by educating and developing the education and children's workforce to the highest possible standards. The faculty has some 3,500 students and 200 academic and support staff, working with more than 1,500 partner organisations across the country. We operate excellent quality, professionally accredited initial training and in-service development for teachers, college lecturers, youth workers, careers advisors, education managers and early childhood specialists. Based on 2 campuses in Manchester and Crewe, our courses have been commended by government and Ofsted for their outstanding quality of partnerships and quality assurance. Our initial teacher training courses are rated outstanding by Ofsted. We might even make it onto Michael Gove's Christmas card list. We're also very proud of our Education and Social Research Institute in the faculty, an institutional leading centre rated 8th out of 80 UK universities in the last national research exercise. In the last 2 years, the research team has won approximately £340,000 worth of new research project funding and achieved 55 new publications in 2011 alone. In other areas, I'm delighted that despite the current austerity measures, the faculty has recently been awarded several high-profile government workforce development projects. These include the National Award for Special Educational Needs Coordinators and the contract to lead the Northern Alliance of 9 universities in the delivery of the new Early Years Professional Status Programme. Also, the remarkable Science Learning Centre Northwest, based at Didsbury campus, has been further £1 million funded by the Department for Education to provide development for teachers, technicians and teaching assistants in world-class science education. We are also a recognised leader in languages education and led the European Technology Enhanced Language Learning Project. The faculty leads the Mathematics Specialist Teacher Project, a government-funded scheme to develop effective teachers of mathematics in all our schools. Very recently, Apple Macintosh designated the faculty as a regional training centre for learning technologies, which allows us to continue the drive to develop the use of iPads and Apple TVs for learning in classrooms. So, we have had an excellent year in the faculty, culminating in being placed 14th out of 74 faculties of education in the Times University League tables, a move up from 18th last year. This is a great result for the faculty and for all its staff and students. Graduands of the Institute of Education are connected by an honourable mission to serve, develop and educate others in our communities. Their professional workplaces are challenging and demand high levels of expertise and skill in order to maximise the life chances and achievements of young people and children. Many of our graduands have succeeded against the odds, often juggling the demands of family life, part-time study and ongoing careers whilst completing their programmes. Some have coped remarkably well with adverse personal circumstances to achieve their academic and professional goals. In particular today I'd like to mention Lucy Higgins, who graduates from BA Hons Primary today. Despite a serious health condition, Lucy has been a determined and highly successful student, and we applaud her diligence and commitment. To acquire their skills and to achieve their qualifications, our graduands were led by a dedicated team of tutors, as well as mentors in our partnerships. I thank the staff, who go the extra mile to nurture and support students, often without due recognition. Today's graduands have achieved great success and have already made a contribution to the professions and fields they will continue to serve. I hope they will return to us to make links, to share knowledge and complete further study within the areas outlined above, as well as new ones yet to be initiated. We are very proud of you. We're proud of your commitment and your achievements, and we wish you well as you begin the next phase of your lives as alumni of this Faculty of Education. Thank you.
I now invite the heads of departments to present their students.
Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students who have gained awards within the Faculty of Education. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Primary Education, Shayna Marie Bari. Louise Bailey. Richard Martin Beatty. Hannah Christina Bays. Holly Behan. Heather Burkitt Rothwell. Katie Denise Bottoms. Aimee Louise Alice Bowden. Lucy Claire Broadhurst. Martin Burns. Philip Richard Carpenter. Richmal Mary Carr. Jolene Ann Carter. Zoe Leanne Clarkson. Candida Clayton. Tara Collins. Aimee Cook. Samantha Cryer. Paula Cumpstay. Abigail Curtis. Polly Dillon. Jade Catherine Donnelly. Caroline Louise Douglas. Hayley Caroline Finnegan. Laura Frankland. Emily Claire Eichenbloom. Bryony Catherine Franklin. Lucy Gibbons. Lucy Hannah Giddins. Ruth Ann Graham. Lisa Jane Grant. Charlotte Greenhalgh. Cheryl Louise Greenwood. Emily Sarah Groom. Maria Harron. Rebecca Hazelwood. Jane Heath. Natalie Horn. Kelsey Howarth. Helen Jackson. Catherine Helen Jones. Heather Jones. Hannah Marion Kidd. Claire Louise Longdon. Jessica Mackey. Angela MacDonald. Alexandra Mears. Jonathan Oldbury. Ian Collett. Samaya Rahman. Sana Rathmore. Aimee Catherine Rathmell. Nikki Jane Richardson. Dominique Roberts. Sarah Roberts. Nicola Ann Robbins. Rachel Vera Helen Rose. Laura Rebecca Rostron. Emily Jane Russell. Medea Seek. Laura Sherratt. Julie Skeet. Adele Marie Smith. Gemma Smith. Jekaterina Smith. Nia Evans Smith. Shelley Smith. Grace Speakman. Laura Claire Stanger. Catherine Tatlock. George Ronald David Taylor. Charlotte Turner. Paul Turner. Jennifer Wood. Bachelor of Arts in Primary Education, Syra Abbas. Aisha Kusar Ahmad. Karina Tashween Alam. Asia Ali. Laura Allen. Sophie Jade Anderton. Konstantina Antonaki. Lucy Elizabeth Antrobus. Tom Arundale. Danella Aylett. Isra Azza. Penelope Bacon. Roxana Badori. Charlotte Emma Bailey. Sarah Barclay. Isma Beebe. Kirsty Birmingham. Yvonne Laura Bottrill. Emma Bradshaw. Leanne Brecken. Jolene Bryan. Lindsay Broad. Samuel Benjamin John Brooks. Stephen Anthony Browse. Pamela Brownsell. Anna Bryan. Ashley Bryan. Lauren Marie Kane. Adriana Capozzi. Samantha Carter. Hayley Victoria Carty. Caroline Cassidy. Evelyn Kathleen Cassidy. Emma Aimee Clines. Paula Elizabeth Collins. Catherine Connor. Natalie Cook. Kirsty Suzanne Cookson. Katie Corrigan. Charlotte Cox. Jessica Coyne. Aimee Cuff. Madeline Laura Cundill. Rebecca Grace Dawson. David Simpson Dean. Michelle Dooley. Samantha Ebden. Hannah Alicia Edge. Samantha Ellershaw. Leanne Elliott. Jessica Fagan. Kirsty Fallon. Rebecca Natalie Farnworth. Emma Foley. Joanna Marie Ford. Ailing Forshaw. Ashley Forshaw. Keisha Fiona Francis. Judy Freeston Chang. Kelly Marie Gallagher. Rachel Beth Gladman. Charlotte Goodwin. Alison Gore. Anna Elizabeth Gorton. Charlotte Ann Greenhalgh. Nicola Gresty. Sarah Mary Griffin. Lisa Haddall. Aimee Harris. Robert Hawkins. Rachel Hay. Sarah Hayward. Edie Helm. Katie Higgins. Lucy Higgins. Rebecca Jane Hogan. Ellen Hudson Jones. Zoe Jeanette Humphrey. Aimee Hunter. Farah Hussain. Chantel Highland. Alice Ingram. Nicole Louise Jackson. Joanna Jacob. Emily Elizabeth James. Lucy John. Faye Johnson. Laura Jones. Rebecca Aimee Jones. Stephanie Anne Marie Jones. Verity Jones. Victoria Louise Jones. Sinead Keeley. Sinead Kelly. Jenny Sarah Kenny. Amy Kent. Kelly Kershaw. Owen Kilmurray. Rebecca Kirkpatrick. Sharmila Kusar. Rachel Louise Lane. Faye Laraway. Helen Lent. Helen Liptrot. Laura Lloyd. Jade Kirsty Lord. John Lynch. Jessica Lyon. Abigail Mackenzie. Kelly Jane Marr. Rebecca Marshall. Daniel John Martinique. Rachel Mayhew. Megan McGady. Laura McGaw. Scott McHale. Leah Meekins. Rebecca Jane Melander. Lauren Elizabeth Millington. Natasha Mohammadi. Sarah Elizabeth Moss. Chelsea Naylor. Lucy Marie Neary. James Neal. Rebecca Neal. Alexander William Newman. Katie Noor. Sarah Jane Nulty. Caroline Jane Padmore. Leanne Partington. Sarah Jane Parton. Kirsty Louise Pascoe. Emma Lucy Patton. Katie Pilling. Emily Rose Postill. Kimberly Denise Potts. Rachel Kathleen Preston. Adil Rashid. Naima Rasool. Joanne Marie Reynolds. Rebecca Louise Reynolds. Catherine Louise Richardson. Gemma Louise Roberts. Catherine Georgina Robinson. Verity Rogers. Samantha Rook. Yasmin Russell Saeed. Mariam Saba. Itrat Sadiq. Amelia Jane Savage. Mark Shoughton. Michelle Shapiro. Emma Louise Shaw. Anna Shaukat. Anna Louise Siddle. Elizabeth Simmons. Christopher Smart. Hayley Janine Smith. Amanda Sowry. Naomi Sparks. Emma Spencer. Victoria Jade Spencer. Lucy Stevens. Jonathan Swarbrick. Chloe Shulek. Rochelle Talbot. Julia Aimee Tanker. Craig Thirsk. David Thompson. Jennifer Louise Tompkinson. Simon Tomlins. Jennifer Vincent. Felicity Ann Wainwright. Naomi Jane Walker. James Walton. Rebecca Aimee Warburton. Emma Warrington. Rachel Gemma Whitley. Elizabeth Wilden. Rachel Wilkinson. Jessica Lee Wilson. Samuel Wollstonecroft. Tamina Parveen Zaman. Louise Zarkesh.
Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Primary Education from Crewe. Sarah Abrams. Claire Helen Bentley. Lindsay Claire Bott. April Elizabeth Breen. Charlotte Broadley. Charlotte Brooke. Frances Hannah Callan. Rebecca Catton. Rebecca Colfar. Carly Ann Corcoran. Claudine Anna Crammer. Ashley Deval. Leona Doherty. William Dunleavy. Charlotte Mary Evans. Jessica Gallagher. Christopher Greatbanks. Carolyn Elizabeth Green. Laura Guppy. Laura Jane Halfpenny. Matthew Holsworth. Elizabeth Hambleton. Laura Hammersley. Laura Harvey. Rachel Claire Hearson. Claire Henderson. Kirsty Jane Horsfield. Daniel Joseph Hutchison. Andrew Lucy Johnson. Natasha Jones. Robert Andrew Jordan. Matthew Lane. Imogen Lansdale. Emma Lightfoot. Jennifer Angharad Lloyd. Aimee Marshall. Jade Emma Martin. Laura McFarlane. Sean Moran. Salma Nazir. Amanda Nuttall. John Ortoft. Philip Peter Owen. Adam David Parker. Raina Ann Pearce. Jennifer Poole. Catherine Price. Faiza Kadir. Colette Raftery. Isma Sajid. Joanna Louise Sherman. Katie Summers. Hayley Francis Stevenson. Emma Rachel Sutcliffe. Claire Sutton. Victoria Kate Sutton. Mark Sykes. Rachel Georgina Tillett. Zara Trickett. Hazel Whittaker. Claire Williams. Laura Louise Williams. Nicola Elizabeth Wilson. Suzanne Catherine Wood. Carly Louise Wright. Bachelor of Arts in Primary Education, Bethan Arthur. Stephanie Ann Aspinall. Kirsty Louise Barnes. Ruth Julie Batty. Jessica Ann Beard. Mubina Begum. Lisa Victoria Bell. Jonathan Bowen. Lisa Marie Bauer. Philippa Jane Brooks. Kim Margaret Marie Burrows. Emma Cartwright. Libby Corbett. Natalie Crowe. Nicola Dalton. Kelly Davis. Julie Doran. Catherine Dumbleton. Laura Jane Eagles. Stephanie Jean Flynn. Sarah Abigail Garner. Sarah Gregory. Lindsay Crystal Harris. Kate Harrison. Andrea Harrop. Donna Putri May Harrianto. Ben Heeds. Joanne Hill. Rachel Howarth. Hayley Michelle Hughes. The next student is awarded the Outstanding Achievement Prize, Natasha Elizabeth Knapp. Melanie Laura Contick. David Longworth. The next student is awarded the MMU Professional Passport, Joshua Benjamin Lohman. Rebecca McCabe. Anthony Mear. Stacey Celeste Meller. Ashley Leah Morris. Kate Elizabeth Mottram. Alison O'Connor. Laura Proctor. Louise Catherine Rowland. Hayley Saxon. Hayley Shaw. Sophia Scutella. Lindsay Smith. Lucy Gemma Smith. Richard Kenneth South. Emily Stagg. Kenzie J. Steventon. Kimberla Jessica Stokes. Melanie Jane Stroud. Sinead Sweeney. Craig Jonathan Swift. Helen Tebbott. Laura Jennifer Thomas. Sarah Thomas. Gareth James Tooth. Danielle Francesca Tweets. Karina Vandenbrink. Samantha West. Gemma Whitmore. Saffron Williams. Awarded a Master of Science in Business Management, Stephen Losh. Awarded Bachelor of Science in Speech Pathology and Therapy, Ben Helm. Awarded the Bachelor of Science in Fashion Buying, Natasha Rastovich. Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the awards for the Faculty of Education.
Thank you. Well, it has been a great pleasure to preside over this ceremony. Today is a celebration of the success and achievements of our students. I know that I speak for all of my colleagues and for everyone attending this ceremony when I congratulate each one of you on your success and say how delighted we are to share in this happy occasion. It is particularly fitting that those nearest to you, your parents, friends, husbands, wives, partners, and others who have made great sacrifices and supported you in so many ways throughout your studies, should be here to share in your success, for we recognise how much they have contributed to your learning experience. You graduate today with awards of the Manchester Metropolitan University, and over 6 days, the university acclaims in 18 ceremonies like this one the talents and achievements of some 9,000 of its students who have successfully completed their studies during the past year. Manchester Metropolitan University is one of the largest, most diverse and popular universities in the UK. We are proud of our well-earned reputation for excellence in vocational education, and we are equally proud of the outstanding achievements of our alumni. MMU is a modern university with a long and proud history. We can trace our origins back to 1824, and much of its inheritance and academic standing can be directly attributed to the vision of the City of Manchester and the generosity of its citizens. However, never in its long history has the university experienced such turbulence in our national economy, in the environment for graduate employment, and in the future funding of university education. The effective withdrawal of government funding for the majority of university education from September this year will introduce a free market in higher education, with the full cost of their education ultimately being carried by employed graduates. This is a radical and untried development in the support for higher education, and whilst HE will continue to be free at the point of delivery, graduates will, in future, pay for their education through the tax system. MMU is an important part of the economic recovery across the UK, but particularly here in the North West. We provide the skilled workforce, the new world-class professionals to drive the knowledge economy. As we all know, the UK economy is faltering, and it is vital that the private sector continues to invest in knowledge and skills to gain competitive advantage. Here in the North West, we have significant strengths in manufacturing, in broadcast media, in the creative industries, and in financial and professional services. Our graduates provide the fuel for the knowledge furnaces of the new and emerging knowledge economy. MMU also has a direct impact upon our regional economy through the applied nature of much of our research, the influence of our expert staff, and the economic impact of our investments. Our arts and humanities, education and health also provide vital support for the fabric of our society, their education and their well-being. The university has embarked upon an ambitious estates programme to rationalise from 7 campuses to 2, with a total spend of some £350 million. When this programme is complete, we shall have a regenerated single campus at Crewe, a refurbished John Dalton building, a new law school, a new business school and student hub, new and refurbished facilities for art and design, and a new Burleyfields campus for health and education. This has been an outstanding year for the university, with record student numbers and excellent academic achievements across all disciplines. Our faculties have transformed the lives of young and old and helped to prepare them for uncertain futures. The opening of our new business school building marks another significant step in the evolution of our world-class campuses. And our staff have excelled both in the quality of their teaching and research, but also in their support for our students. MMU has implemented a university-wide change agenda as we prepare for our new free market future. We have restructured and replanned our curriculum, and we have invested heavily in the systems and the people who support learning. All the staff at MMU have been affected by our change agenda, and I am delighted that this organisational transformation has very recently been recognised by the award of the Investors in People Gold Standard. But let me return to our class of 2012, for today is also an opportunity for reflection and thanks. To reflect upon the depth of your university experience, your broader awareness of national and global issues, and your personal values and principles. I hope that all of you who have attended this university will have gained more than just the knowledge associated with your studies. I hope your time with us has taught you the value of making friends, of living a community life, of harmonising with and respecting others, whilst retaining your own individuality. I also hope that your time here was accompanied by some enjoyment and fun. I'm sure it was. The future is yours, and education is the single most important investment in your future. More than ever before, your education represents the foundation which you must lay to build a successful and fulfilling career. Education and knowledge will help you to shape your lives and to achieve your maximum potential. You have, however, not achieved your education in isolation. You've been served by a dedicated team of lecturers and support staff who share in your achievements. MMU staff take pride in your achievements and devote their careers to the quality of your learning. I would like to take this opportunity to thank, on your behalf, all of the faculty staff and support staff for their hard work and wise guidance. Thank you. I now ask all our graduands to stand and to don their caps. Please stand up. Through the authority invested in me by the Academic Board and the Board of the Governors of the Manchester Metropolitan University, I hereby grant to each of you the award and classification to which you have become entitled. You are now all graduates of this university. All of us present here today acclaim your achievement, congratulate you and wish you well in your future lives and careers. It is our parting wish that you should go and serve your chosen communities well, with the many arts and many skills we have recognised in this ceremony. I speak for all my colleagues on this platform, and no doubt also for your families and friends with you today, when I say that we are extremely proud of you. And I would like to give you just one piece of personal advice. Make contacts, keep your friends, colleagues, and stay in touch. A great education gets you a long way up the ladder, but networks help you move up even further. Keep in contact with your friends here at uni, make the effort, and even more importantly, make the effort with us. You are now part of our alumni. The network the alumni offers you is invaluable. Be a part of it, use it, and help it flourish. Now I would like to ask all of the graduates to turn and face as best you can at the back towards your parents, families, friends, and thank them for their support. Please be seated. I now call upon the student representative, Jenny Kenny, to respond on behalf of the student body.
Fellow graduates, I have the honour and privilege to respond on behalf of the student body. I know that we have all benefited greatly from our time at MMU. Today we have received our awards, and all our hard work, determination and perseverance has been justly rewarded. But today is also a celebration of student life. The friends we have made will remain with us throughout our lives. Make sure that you use today to stay in touch with your friends, but also to links with your lecturers and the university. This ceremony has been a wonderful climax to our academic career, and the celebrations have probably only just begun, but the day will be soon past. Let us take a moment to show our heartfelt gratitude for the encouragement and inspiration we have received from our friends, our families, and particularly from all of the staff at MMU. Our journey through university has come to an end, and now is our time to shine. Let's commit to keeping in touch. Enjoy the rest of your celebrations, and please have a safe journey home.
Thank you, Jenny. That was great. Would everyone now please stand and remain standing while the platform party departs? I now declare this congregation closed.
Can we squeeze in? Can we squeeze in? We're just trying to squeeze all in together.
Yeah, we did. I was dreaming of that was a bit more. Yeah, you know the one who was like.
Apparently the queue for the town hall is for my friend Jenna. You We're going to be hating this.
What did you think, Charlie?
Did you think it was good?
Did you get bored? Did you get as bored as I got halfway through? Like that? I thought you were down at the top up there, but I was a little bit bored. Oh, take me over, take me
Are you sure you pressed that? Because it didn't flash for the university.
Three, two, one, and one more. 3, 2, 1.
Need a bag. Yeah, come outside. We'll all need a bag with all the bags on. Yeah. Get on.
No, you won't lose it. Where? Chuck it. Steal it. Yeah, do a countdown. Do a countdown. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Smile, are you not Charlie?
Oh,
You want to take a picture of it?